night. I exist, but that don't classify as life. I always did right, but what went wrong? My life seems to sing the same sad song. Sometimes when I'm
Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in with us this afternoon to It's the Truth, whether you like it or not. I am excited to be here with you again this week for is this number 4 for us?
Yep, number 4.
Number 4. That is great. So this is our 4th show, and today we are very excited to deal with the topic that we all have come in contact with, and we have a great guest in the studio with us this morning, along with our awesome co-host. Say good morning, good afternoon to them, Mr. Co-host. What's your name?
Seems like you got some problems this morning, but okay.
Okay.
What's up, y'all? We're happy to be here again. It's our 4th show. We made it to our 4th show, and today we're excited. We're going to deal with a very important topic. You know, anyone who knows me knows that I am one who believes in pushing our culture forward.
Absolutely.
We are living in some very strange and unusual times where we are being challenged as a people. And I believe that one of the challenges that we often come up against is that of cultural pride or cultural integrity and supporting our own. And today we have someone in studio with us today. She's a Black business owner.
Yes, a Black female business
owner. And we're going to let her introduce herself. As Jay-Z said, let me reintroduce myself. And so we're going to give her this time to introduce herself and say hello to the people.
Good afternoon. My name is Shar. And I am a licensed nail tech. I own my own business. And I'm very happy to be here.
Okay, great.
Thank you for having me.
So how long you been in business?
I've been doing nails for 8 years.
8 years.
8 years.
Okay.
Now, where are you located?
I'm in the Beverly neighborhood.
Okay.
I have a full service nail salon in my home.
Awesome.
What's in your home?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Okay. Great.
So tell me, how was it when you first? How did all this start? Where did it come from?
Well, I used to work for Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Okay.
And I had always wanted to do nails,
Mm-hmm.
but I just didn't have the time to go to school.
Okay.
So I had my baby. I came back from maternity leave, and I just really didn't want to work full time, and I just kept praying that I was able to have an opportunity to be at home more with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So I had got moved to a new department, and they were eliminating the position, told me either look for something else or we'll give you a package. I took the package.
Okay.
My mother was ill at the time, so I figured this was a perfect opportunity to be with my mother, be with my daughter. And I didn't think about going to school to do nails.
Mm-hmm.
It took me about a good month because I was like, is that really what I want to do? I was a little nervous. So 30 days, I thought about it. I went ahead, went to school, and I actually, because my mother was ill at the time, I went during the day and at night.
Okay.
So that I could be done a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
So after I got finished, I thought, I'll just do this as a hobby and, still look forward, because I was in project management.
Okay.
So the security of every 2-week paycheck was most important, but I really wanted to be able to be with my daughter more. So after I got finished with school, my mother passed away while I was in school. So when, thank you. When I got finished with school, I just got an opportunity to work with this one young lady doing nails in a dealership.
Doing nails in a dealership?
Yes, they had
in a dealership. Wow.
Car dealership?
Car dealership.
Okay, all right. So you buy a car and get your nails done while you wait. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I was still in school doing that. So when my mother passed away, I couldn't do it anymore. So I finished school and I started working in a hair salon.
Okay.
And I started working under the girl who was doing my nails. And I couldn't really get a clientele there because she had been there for like 8 years. And so I was just kind of working under her, trying to just get a feel for the business. And so I left there, went to the South Loop, started working in the salon. And I worked in many hair salons and nail salons. But The last hair salon I worked in, she closed it. So I just decided I should take control of my business. And I just decided to do it in my home.
Awesome.
I transformed my basement. So it looks just like any nail salon or better could look.
I heard that.
So I'm very happy about that, because when you work in other people's businesses, they kind of have you under their control in a way. So if they decide to close or they decide to no longer have that particular service, I'm at a loss. So this way I can control it. And it's going quite well, I have to say.
Awesome. Now, before we go any further with this interview, I want to send a shout out to Melinda. She's at home sick. She couldn't be with us today.
We miss you.
She was she did this thing about jumping in Lake Michigan, the cold challenge.
Really?
And when she did that, she got very sick. And so now she's on life support, and I'm just really playing.
That on her.
No, I'm just really playing. No, she's at home sick, so we just want to tell her get well. Hope you feel better soon. So now you went to school. You were in corporate America. Tell me, what were some of the challenges of corporate America?
Challenges of corporate America were, you had to kind of play a game. You know, you kind of had to be, you couldn't. If you were upset or, you didn't like your manager or you didn't like your coworkers, you kind of had to play a game in order to keep your job or move forward. You can't make waves, I should say, in corporate America. So you got to play this game with your coworkers, your boss, to try to get ahead. To me, it was kind of being phony in a way. So, I've been working since I was 14. So, you do what you got to do. But then transforming into your own business, you set the tone.
Okay.
You can control everything. And that's absolutely what I love. I did it mainly because I wanted to be able to be there for my daughter.
That's good.
Good. So now you're a Black business owner. You have your own business. What were some of the challenges that you came in contact with in opening in the initial stages of your business?
When I first started, because I was in a different area, I was in the South Loop, and I live in Beverly. So the biggest challenge I faced was majority of my clients did not want to follow me. Most of them said, "Oh, I don't go past 35th Street," or wow. "I don't want to go that far. I'm used to this neighborhood." And I was in one salon on 21st in Indiana and moved to 22nd in Michigan, and people still wouldn't follow.
Oh, wow.
That's what, 2 blocks?
Mm-hmm.
So it was basically, I had to start all over.
So, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about why people don't support. Why we don't support our own. I have several friends who are Black business owners, and those are some of the challenges that they have in getting their own to come support them. Because what I've discovered about us, is that we have a $1.2 trillion spending budget in this economy. That we spend, the Black dollars is $1.2 trillion.
Absolutely.
Just imagine if we put that stuff into our own communities, and put it into our own businesses, and really push our people forward. But I think there's 2 sides to this, though, that I've come in contact with. There are 2 challenges to this. There's both the challenge of people recognizing the need to support our own, and then the challenge of our own, who are business owners, providing great service.
Absolutely.
And that's been my challenge.
It is a problem. Yeah. I agree. It is a problem. I think in this industry, the beauty industry, I think we lack in the customer service. I think we lack in time management.
Talk about that time management.
Oh, that's what gets on my nerves.
Well, I think, and I can't speak because I don't do hair, but I've been in many hair salons, and the biggest thing I hear is we sit in there for 3 and 4 hours. They sit in the salon for 8 hours on the Saturday when I used to go to the salon and get my hair done. So and in my business, since I'm in nails, people will say, "Oh, I would come to you, but how long does it take?" And this and that. They're used to going to the Vietnamese to get their nails done, and where it takes like 20 minutes for a pedicure. My pedicures take a little bit longer than that. They take a little bit longer than that because I do a little bit more. I take a little bit more time. So people have to be prepared for that. But I think when you're used to getting something for 20 minutes, that's just what you're used to. So that's what you expect. You know, I am very big on trying to get it done as quickly as I can, but as efficient as I can. So I just think that a lot of, in my opinion, I think a lot of Black businesses, you know, I think they're lax sometimes when it comes to getting the turnaround time quickly.
Okay. Yeah, because, you know, one of the things that we have to recognize is that if we are going to grow as a people, our culture is going to move forward. We do at some point have to put our own money into ourselves, into our own communities, into our own businesses, because at the end of the day, people aren't giving us anything. they haven't been giving us anything. They're not going to come. And they're not going to say, okay, you're a nail tech, you're a Black business owner, and we're going to send all this money your way.
Right.
You know, so at some point we have to, you know, understand the importance of it, because our communities are hurting. You know, and what's sad about it is that certain ethnic groups come to our community and put their businesses in our communities, and we support them. You know, you have a nail shop that's of another ethnic group right next to yours, and they'll walk right past yours and support them.
That's true.
And I think that at some point we have to start, if we want to see turnaround in our community, if we want to see our community grow and become great, we have to do things to invest in our communities.
That's true.
You know, but I just think that at the end of the day, we as a people have to understand that if we're going to be Black business owners, that we have to make sure that our things are up to par.
Absolutely.
I'll never forget. I went into some store. I went into this clothing store, and I would frequent it quite often. But it got to a point where I couldn't go in there anymore, because when I go in there, the music is so loud. You know, I'm talking real loud to the guy, telling him what I want to buy. You know, a lot of guys hanging out in the store, and you know, when I would leave out the store, all I could smell on me is marijuana. Not that I smoked it, but it's that, you know, people are around. Don't look at me like that, because I don't smoke. Amen. But you know, it was. I'm just playing. It was in the room. It was in the atmosphere. And I wanted to keep supporting them, but it got to the point where I said, you know, I can't keep doing this. I said, I don't want to, you know, for one, if I'm going, so I want to feel safe.
Yeah.
You know, and let me just say, you know, you don't see this in white businesses. You don't see 1,000 people hanging out.
That's true.
You know, loud music blaring.
That's true.
And ignorant conversation going on.
That's
you know,
true.
There's a level of excellence that we're not providing in our community that we really need to address. Today on this show, I think it's be a perfect time to address those things, because if not, we're going to keep hurting ourselves instead of helping ourselves.
So my thing is, if you find a Black business that you don't necessarily like, or you feel like the customer service is lacking or this is lacking, why can't you just go to another Black-owned business that does exactly the same thing?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She said, "Why?" She said, "Why can't you go to another Black-owned business and support them also?"
You know, why is it that we're very quick to discredit a Black business? You went to one Black business and you didn't like it. It was horrible. We just discredit them all. We just forget it. I'm not going to support anymore. I just think that we should. Okay, I didn't like the way she did this, but I'm going to go to this business because I'm going to try them out. Why can't we have that attitude?
Well, I think that, and we're going to take this call in a minute, but I think that we should have the attitude. I agree. I think that, but, you know, it's the old saying that, you know, once you taste something bad, it's all bad, you know, and that's unfortunately, that's the mentality.
It is.
Unfortunately, that's the mentality.
True.
Because, you know, I like going somewhere. I like going to places where things are nice, excellent, you know. Listen, we're on IntellectualRadio.com. If you have any questions you want to ask our guest today, call in to 708-223-8953. We're on IntellectualRadio.com, iHeartRadio, Facebook Live, YouTube, all that good stuff. And we have a caller on. We're going to take this caller right now. Hello?
Caller, you're on the air.
Good morning. I'm loving the conversation, you guys. Hi, Shar.
Hi.
This is Lavi.
Hi, Lavi.
First of all, I want to say, Shar, that you absolutely give the best mani-pedis in the city. Sorry, I had to give that shout out to you.
Okay, thank
but
you, Lavi.
But I appreciate this conversation so much because I'm really a big proponent of customer service. It's the number one I mean, your food can be mediocre and your customer service is slamming. I'm coming back.
Amen.
Just because you're nice, you treat me right. I send the food back. It's not good or whatever. A lot of times, though, business owners don't realize that that's what's going on when they're not there. So I implore you to reach out to the owner of the clothing store that you went to. Maybe he doesn't or she doesn't even realize that that's what's going on.
It's closed.
Oh, see, that's why it's closed. I mean, because people don't know. I mean, I want to support my people 100, 1,000%, but if you're giving bad service, and I mean, there's a nail shop by my house that they give terrible service. I reached out to the owner. He says, "Okay, come back." I went back. Guess what? Same thing.
Oh no.
You know what's interesting is that I was kind of aware of who was the owner, who owned that place at that particular time, and what I discovered is that he was participating. He welcomed this type of environment. And what was strange about it is that he wasn't. He was Arab. Let me say that he was Arab, but everyone in the store was black. You know, all black people. All you saw were blacks, and I understood what he was doing is that because it was in the hood, he was employing blacks to sell his product and all that stuff. But what's crazy about it is that when I saw him in the store one day, he was acting just like them. And that's the sad part about it. And I try to support it. I really did. I try to support it to the point where I said, I can't do this anymore. Because, you know, when I have to feel like I have to go get a pistol and put it on me just to buy some clothes, then, you know, I don't need to be part of that store.
Well, well, then maybe the next business that you go to is like that, and the people don't know. The manager, the owner doesn't know that that's going on. Maybe please just reach out and let them know if you don't see them there. I try to do that all the time, and sometimes it makes a huge difference because if we don't support people, you know what? Hashtag we all we got.
That's right. That's right. That's right. We all we got, and that's so true. Thank you for your thank you for your call.
Guys. Have a blessed day, everybody.
You too.
You too. Thank you for calling.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Yeah, and I mean, I think that's important. We are all we have, you know, and I think we have to, but we need to change the narrative to our story. Listen, if you want to call in at 708-223-8953, intellectualradio.com. We're having a great discussion. We have a great guest on with us today, Shara. She owns her own. She's a black business owner. She's a nail tech. She's doing her thing. As a matter of fact, I'm getting some requests. People are asking, "Are you taking new clients?" So that's good.
Of course.
So we definitely gonna put our information out, plug our information, so that we can support her and make sure that her business blows up, so she can produce other businesses. And because I believe that that's what happens when we support our own. We start to birth new businesses and new ventures and more with that.
We have another caller on the air. Let's take this caller before I ask my question.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Daniel Garrett from the Inglewood community.
Hey, brother.
Hello,
what's up, buddy?
Garrett.
What's going on, guys? You guys, first of all, I enjoy your show.
Thank
look great
you.
online, by the way. Look great. I understand the whole plight of trying to shop with our own. I've been trying to shop with our own for some time. But you're right. I've discovered that oftentimes we go into these places and the customer service is horrible. And I am one, as the other caller just said, I am one who definitely go and try to talk to the owner or management. And you get the attitude. So you don't go back to those places. It's sad we can't spend our money in our neighborhood, especially with our own people. And I'm not talking about those who are opening up shops in our neighborhood that are not from our neighborhood. I'm talking about us, African Americans, who have stores in our neighborhood and have no proof about themselves, no standards. And so it's hard to spend your money, especially because the price is a lot higher. Sometimes it's hard to spend your money for bad service.
That's right. That's right. So, Brother Garrett, Pastor Garrett, I'm sorry. You're in the Inglewood area. How many black businesses would you say is in your area?
In my immediate area, from where my church is, in my immediate area, there might be 2. Everything else is owned by someone that is not of the African hue or African American persuasion. But we're the ones in the store running the stores.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this: those two particular businesses, would you consider them up to par where we?
No, not at all. That's what I'm talking about.
That's terrible.
Right. That's terrible. That's terrible because here it is. You have two businesses within your community, within your church reach, and yet we're not supporting them. But at the end of the day, why support someone who's not living up to par? Like I said, if you have money to open it, you should have money to sustain it also. I think you should have, the mentality to sustain it. That's what I think. I just believe that. It's one thing to open a business, but it's another thing to keep the business open.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not to cut you off, but I want to say this. But we aren't the only ones who provide bad service.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. No.
There are other businesses that provide bad service, but what I want to say is we'll still go back to them. You know what I mean? If I go to McDonald's and one time I went to McDonald's and the bread was molded. That's a problem.
Yes, it is.
If I wasn't, a lot of times we don't necessarily look at our food when we're about to eat it. We just eat it. If I had been looking at the bread, the bun, I would have been eating molded bread. So I just think that we are harder on Black businesses than we are on any other business in the world. If you go into, the low end and you go into the little stores on the corners, they have signs where they don't even want.
Well, they lock the doors.
Yes, they don't even want more than 5 of us in the store at a time.
Well, I make sure I don't go to those type of stores. I stay away from those stores. But
you know better. You educate.
Right.
I think, but we live in that neighborhood
who can't get to another store at all.
Better. So they keep going. I would never go into the store that told me it can't be more than 5 Black. It's us, our neighborhood.
It's usually in communities where there's a school close by. Because a lot of times we ask our stores to make sure that our kids don't come in. But I totally understand because you should allow as many kids as possible. We try to stop the kids from going in there because we don't want them bringing all that stuff into the
but I
totally understand what you mean.
But on the flip side of that, you can't look on my shoulder. I'm Black. So
you know what?
You look on my shoulder.
You gotta live right.
You can't look on my shoulder. That be not looking. I'm Black. No, I ain't scared. I ain't never scared, but I'm gonna look. So she looking on my shoulder, Gary, like I'm not gonna look behind me and see what's going on. Now I'm see what's going on. But I think, but you have to understand also that a lot of those stores have that particular principle or policy in place because they deal with a lot of theft, and I understand, but so I do understand it to a certain degree because I'm not in their books. I don't know what's going on, but I've heard in that instance that they are dealing with a lot of theft.
But they want our money and they stay. Why stay?
Let me say this because she brought that up. There's a McDonald's right on 64th in Ashland, Black owned McDonald's. And I've spoken and called in and said to these people, because I don't eat McDonald's anymore, thank the Lord. But I've said to these folks my concern, and things did not get better. And matter of fact, now there are more Hispanics in the store than African Americans. But when I said something, there was nothing that changed. Nothing that changed. So I'm a stickler for customer service. I don't care who you are, where you from. If you give me bad service, I'll go across the city to get what I want, just so I can get good service. I don't mind traveling for great service, but but when it comes to supporting our own, and it's not only in stores, it's another conversation, but it's also in the church. But when it comes to supporting our own, we as African Americans have a hard time doing that, guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, we would like to thank you for calling in to us today, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Garrett, stay away from the Heralds, man. All right, God bless you, brother.
So, Charlotte, let me ask you a question. Seeing that you came out of corporate America to open your own business, going to work every day, your pay is consistent. And when you opened up your business, our cousins are not consistent because they get, just like you said, she got mad because you didn't have the red that she wanted. So she'll go somewhere else. So when your clientele goes down or you don't have the type of, like I said, clientele that will keep you sustained, how discouraging is that? Or how do you keep your momentum up to say, I got to keep doing this. I can't quit. Do you take a side job, or what is your next move in situations like that?
Actually, It was very tough because I made really good money.
Absolutely.
As a project manager. So I guess I just happen to have a good situation, but I know many people in my situation. But I have got to the point where I'm thinking like, oh my God, I have like 5 clients this week. You know, I've been there. And yes, I contemplated getting a job. I all of that, but I stuck it out. I mean, there were times when, you know, I had to wait until the following month to pay my bills because the money just wasn't there. But in this business, this is a hustle. So you have to be determined. You have to set goals. You have to figure out, okay, what am I going to do this week to get new clients in? And, you know, you're going to have good weeks. You're going to have bad weeks. But you have to have a goal and you have to stick to it.
So with that being said, let me ask you about your marketing skills. Because you are a Black-owned business who operate out of your house, nobody is going to know that you're there.
That's true.
What are your means of supporting your business? Do you use social media? Do you have pluggers, places? Is it word of mouth through your friends? Or what has been your best marketing strategy?
I'm going to say that Facebook was a huge asset to my business. And aside from that, it was word of mouth. You know, when I first got on Facebook, I was still working corporate. So when I first got on Facebook, I was still in school. When I went to nail school, I was still kind of in school. Wasn't what it is today. For a person coming into their own business today, there should have no issues. As long as you're doing it right. I mean, there's a method to the madness. You have to figure out when you should post. I just don't post all day. There's certain times that you post.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of the people that are on my Facebook page work.
Absolutely.
So if I post at 2:00 in the afternoon, they at work. They can't see the pictures or anything that I post. So I either have to post early in the morning or later in the evening. But I used to do a lot in the beginning. I felt like I had to discount my services. I was trying to compete with the nail salons on every corner. So I was giving pedicures for $20 because I felt that's what I had to do, but it did not gain me any clients.
Well, let me ask you this. I heard you say earlier. Well, let me go back to this. Let's deal with this social media. So social media has played a large part in the building of your brand or your business.
It has.
Okay, great. Now, you said something earlier about your business. You have it in your home.
Yes.
And you said you made it your big point to tell people that what's in your home is like you going to a regular shop. So you have it set up.
Absolutely.
So how important are aesthetics? Because I think that, let me tell you my experience. When I walk in a place, I want to walk in a place and it has to look good to me. And, I think that's another one of the challenges. Like there's this business, don't break your phone. There's this business, which I care not to name, but, and I ride past it and I look inside the window, but the aesthetics of it are just challenging. Like, I'm like, I don't think I want to go in there, And so in your building of your business or the opening of your business, what role did aesthetics play in?
When I first decided that I was going to do this out of my house, I knew that it had to be beautiful. It had to be nice because people aren't going to, automatically when I tell someone that it's out of my house, they thinking, okay, she doing pedicures in a bucket, So that is not, I cannot,
hospital opinion.
I cannot charge what I charge. And I mean, I'm comparable, but I cannot charge $30 to $40 for a pedicure and people getting their feet done in a bucket. So I went out and got pedicure tubs because, people want that. They want all the bubbles and all that. They want all that. Even if they never use it. I have 2 massage chairs. Half the time nobody uses them, the massage, because they don't even realize. They don't realize it. I didn't know this chair massage, but it's there because if they want it, it's there, So I had to make it nice. And I think, it's nice. But if it's not compared to a salon on the street, you better believe they probably would not come. Even my work could be stellar, but if it doesn't look right, they probably wouldn't. I think that they probably would be like, it's kind of, not what I'm used to. And so I don't think I'm going to come back.
So let me ask you this question. Since you have your business inside of your home, you said it's in the basement, right?
It is.
So let's talk about security in that. So you're open to the public. And when they contact you, what if this is a crazy Joe Blow, or how do you protect yourself? Because it's, that's kind of dangerous.
It is. I live in a pretty good neighborhood.
Okay.
I haven't had any issues up until this point. I mean, I've had a couple, but nothing to where I felt like I was in danger or anything like that. But for one, people have to book online.
Okay.
And they have to use their credit card to book.
Okay.
That's good.
So you can come in here and you can do something, but I got your credit card.
That's good.
And you have to put in your address. So people are going to be just like cameras. You got to have cameras.
Okay.
So people, that's a deterrent to people. But I've had someone come into my business and not pay me.
Okay.
I've never had anyone come in and try to beat me up or try to, bodily harm. I've never had that, but most people are referred.
Okay.
And I've never been in a situation where I feel like, I don't know if I want that person to come. I've never been, and I have a lot of male clients, and people will say that, oh my God, you have a lot of male clients. What if? But I mean, other than it hasn't been anything where I felt my life was threatened, anything like that.
Just leave the TV on upstairs.
Or start talking about this.
Right.
Leave the TV on upstairs.
Right. Let them know my husband is upstairs, or my police officer brother, lives right next door. So,
listen, I want you all to do something for me. I need everyone on social media to tag the name of a Black business on our social media. You can hit mine, you can hit Chara's, you can hit Kenyatta's. I need you to tag the name on our social media page on Facebook Live, because we want to plug these Black businesses. People are still asking, Shara, what's the name of your nail salon, and are you taking new clients? So we definitely want to make sure that your business get up. So, but we have a call online.
Thank you for calling. Caller, can you give us a name and tell us where you're calling from?
This is Sherry, and I'm actually calling from Salisbury, Maryland.
Hi, Sherry.
Sherry,
how are you?
Yeah, I'm calling because I'm enjoying this topic. I am a business owner myself. I actually run a nonprofit ministry, as well as I have a food truck and a catering business.
Tell us the name of it, please. Tell us the name of it online.
Well, I'm way in Salisbury, Maryland, but it's Tony's Breakfast and Lunch Food Truck, and we have Tony's Catering as well.
Awesome.
Great.
When I'm in Maryland, I'm going to look for it.
All righty. We'll serve you well. My whole thing is and we're discussing, how our people, how we really, we need to be in a place of excellence in the business. But I have found that we constantly are looking for a hookup. The people that we meet, with quality, sometimes there's a cost to that, and you can't, come to, Tony's and expect to get it the same cost as you would at McDonald's. For one, McDonald's is not real meat. So we have a mentality that, that we're going in, and because, we're all Black and you should hook me up. Even in events that we've had, bringing in artists, like Todd Delaney and Travis Green and those people go out of town to spend the money, but locally they do not support you that way.
That's true.
So I think that the bad taste that we have in our mouth, or how we really approach our people, is based on, the treatment that we've received. And, there's a difference. And I put a comment on there. There's a difference in going to Chick-fil-A and going to McDonald's. Like, Chick-fil-A lets you know that they appreciate your business. McDonald's is the in and out thing. It's not, it's not that. You really have to have that customer service, that contact with them. So that's why we, don't necessarily, I try to support Black-owned businesses because I'm a small business owner myself. But majority of us have had a bad experience. So once you've, gone into that place where you have not been treated well, my money matters to me. So if I'm going in a place, I can't just support it just because it's our people. So I think that we need to address that as well. We need to support our people, but we can only do this, one person at a time. So speaking this aloud today is great. It's, putting the word out there, but we need our people to really step up.
Yeah, you know what? I'm really sick and tired of that type of mentality that just because someone opens a business of our color that we owe them something, like we have to give them something free. You know, I'm spending my money here, you know, you should give me the hookup and all that stuff. Now, I believe that you take care of your own, but that was one of the problems that, you know, I had with people in the Obama era. People were saying about President Obama, they felt like, oh, well, he didn't do this for the black community. He didn't do that for the black community. Yeah, there's some things he could have done. But listen, that man worked to get to where he is, you know, where he was. He went to school. He educated himself. He stayed away from scandals and all that good stuff. And he was a paradigm for us on how to be successful. And I think that that people have to get to this place where they stop with this, you know, what have you done for me lately type mentality, or what can you do for me, or my hand is out, please put something in it. No, if you know, we support these people who open their businesses. They put their money, their time, their energy, they educated themselves. They did what they had to do. And they did, this is a life for them. This is a lifestyle. Don't just go into their business expecting, oh, give me a hookup because we share the same color. No, support them, because guess what? You're going to go somewhere else and they're not going to give you a hookup. You're still going to spend the money. And that's what saddens me about our community sometimes.
Well,
that's good.
Well, Sherry, we thank you for calling in from Maryland. I'm gonna look for that food truck. Listen, tag it, name of your business. We want to plug it again. Tag it on our social media. So we want to thank you for calling in from Maryland.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Char, I want to ask you a question since you brought the word hookup. How is it serving your friends? Do you have friends who feel like just because you're my girl, I should only have to pay $15 for my pedi and my nails? We've been girls for 25 years. Or, you know, is everybody the same? Have you had successful friends that supported you in business?
That person would not be your friend.
Okay.
I think that the circle of friends I have, and my circle is very small, but, you know, my friends in the beginning, I put nails on my friends. I did their nails because I wanted people to see it. You know, I knew that my friends would support me. So in the beginning, I just did their nails. And then, you know, they would say to me, you know what, I want to pay you now. I want, you know what I'm saying? I want to pay you because it's not fair.
Right.
And if I decide to hook up my girl, that's my choice.
Absolutely.
But my friends will probably say, well, let me give it to you anyway.
Right.
But, you know, I don't have, none of my family members come to me.
Is that by choice or they just?
I don't know.
What?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Very
it's
sad.
not really, it's not real. I mean, I have.
Shame on your family.
Shame,
I'm putting your family
Auntie
on blast.
Bobo, you should be coming to her.
What's your uncle name?
Cousin
Yeah, all
Shanika.
y'all need to come.
One
You
of
gonna
my
get a
uncles
fungus.
One of my uncles came once and he felt like he should get a discount, whatever. But it's not that I wouldn't discount my cousins, or my family members, but I just feel like, let me make that choice. Don't come at me, or friends don't come at me and say, can I get a discount? I may just give it to you because I want to. You know what I mean? But my friends come, and the few friends that I have, they come and they support me, and they let people know.
Shout out to Char's friends. Keep supporting your friends. We have a caller on the air. We're going to take this caller. Caller, thank you for calling. Give us your name and tell us where you're calling from.
Yes, hi. This is Shirley Golden calling from the South Shore area.
Hi, how are you? Hey.
What up?
Tell me that
thing.
Are you Char's friend?
I am a friend and a client.
Great.
So I'm going to speak from the client perspective first.
Okay, thank you.
Plug your friend.
Okay. So as a client, I would like to say that she is extremely professional.
That's great.
Professional first. So the friendship, can you give me a discount? All of that stuff stops at the door because I'm expecting service. We don't go to the Vietnamese or the other shops walking in the door expecting a discount. So why should we do that when we arrive at Char's place of business? So first of all, I just want to say that it's professional first, and it should be, because we shouldn't expect anything less of her than we would expect from any of the other businesses.
Great. Absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as a friend, she is a beautiful person inside and out.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Discount. Get that
Right,
discount.
Girl, that manicure
Your
on
next
me.
surgery on her for the great plug.
Because she has a loyal following, I would say that. So I'm listening to make sure you all don't go sideways in this interview because we will posse up.
Wait a minute. What?
Shirley's
Hey, I'm just letting y'all know.
We G's too?
Yeah, she a G.
We're going to take very good care of her. We're good. You're talking to some amazing people.
Charlize.
But also, let me kind of go in another direction. I think that
Did you wait a minute? Let me backtrack. Did you just check us?
No. I wanted to go into another direction because I'm going to just applaud my girlfriend in a few more minutes.
Oh.
But as far as Chicago, I think there is a air of fake enlightenment. We say that we're pro-Black. We say we want to recycle the Black dollar. We say that we support Black businesses, but after Black Panther, everybody went back to what they normally do.
Wakanda.
They went back to the Vietnamese shop. They went back to the what do you call it? The Egyptian hairstylist. They went back to what they do. So they were enlightened for a moment. And it felt good. So I just wish and I hope that we can keep that up. Char made a very good point. We take out one incident or one bad experience that we've had with one person, we take that out on the entire race. And that's not fair.
No, it's not. I agree. I agree, Charlize.
If we have a bad experience with a Black auto mechanic, girl, don't go to them because Black
shade tree mechanics.
And the other. No. That was just that one experience with, John Deere. So don't support him anymore. Try to support someone else. And that's how we recycle the Black dollar without any interruptions.
That's
so good. Back to my friend, but she is so beautiful. And like I said, she has a very loyal following because of her personality. And she's beautiful inside as well as out.
Well, we thank you so much for calling us and shouting out your nail tech.
Yeah,
and your friend.
You little gangster. You little gangster.
Thank you.
I think she told you to call in.
Yeah.
Check us.
Yeah, you little gangster.
Have a great day and thank you for calling.
Thanks, Charlize, for calling.
I want to say something real quick. I think that a lot of people, back in the day when I was in high school, I had a Black nail tech. And a lot of people say, we can't find Black nail techs. We're out here. It's hard to find us, but we're out here. But I just want to say real quick how all that got started. If you know who Tippi Hedren is, you know who Tippi Hedren is? Right. You saw the movie Birds, right? The movie Birds. Remember the movie Birds?
With the killer bird?
Yeah.
Yeah. Birds. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. I had me afraid to watch birds. See birds. Yeah, go ahead.
So Tippi Hedren starred in Birds. And so she was instrumental in bringing the Vietnamese community over here. She went to Vietnam, or she went to a refugee, and she saw all these Vietnamese women. Some of them were wives of military officers or whatever, and they were telling her of the devastation in Vietnam. She trained these women, 20 women. She trained them, and she went to a school and said, I need you to help me and train these women. She even brought in her own manicures, and that's how the community got started. It's happened mostly in Southern California. So if you go to California, people who live there will tell you it's a nail salon on every corner owned by the Vietnamese. So I'm saying all that to say, if we did the same thing, if one person said, you know what, I like the way you operate, I want to help you, or whatever, in whatever way, we could do the same thing. But we have to come together and stick together.
There's no one on there. Someone on there? Okay. Listen, I want to do this before we continue with our interview. I want to shout out some of these businesses. The Nail Box by Crystal Stepney. The Nail Box. We have also Passion Eats Catering and Twist of Faith Hair Salon by Shawanda Simmons. She's the owner of Shawanda Simmons. And Poshway Designs by Daryl Russell. Lokes by Connie. Connie Jones is the owner. TNA High Performance Auto Repairs. Callahan Funeral Home and Callahan Foundation. If you need somebody, if you did. Also, I want to shout out Burden Funeral, who's a member of my church. Burden Funeral Home. Listen, also Carrie's Fine Design Photography. Carrie Borders is one of the up and coming awesome photographers in the city of Chicago. He used to be my minister of music, but now he's an amazing photographer. So check him out too. Look him up. Google him. Crystal J. Wells Company, clothing, bath, and bedding, and greeting cards. The Dow House Salon. Listen, if you people who plug these people, listen, I want you to do me a favor. If you can, get in contact with them and call them right now and tell them to call in to IntellectualRadio.com, 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953. We want to plug them, and we want their businesses to grow. We want to put our money back into our community so our communities can grow.
Well, I want to do a shout out to one of my sisters who is doing an amazing job. Her name is LaWanda Thomas. She owns Royal Touch. Is it Regal? I can't see. Oh, yes, it's Regal Touch hand and cleaning services. Anything that you need cleaning in the Chicagoland area or the Northwest Indiana area, you can reach her at 219-213-4554. LaWanda Thomas, commercial and residential cleaning. Shout out to my friend. Support her. We have a caller on the air. Let's take this caller. Thank you for calling us. Tell us where you're calling from.
I am calling from Berwyn, Illinois, but I am from the south side of Chicago.
Okay. What's your name?
Tiffany Jones. I'm one of Shar's clients and a longtime friend.
Plug your friend.
Yes, that is my girl, honey. We go back way, way back.
Yes.
But calling us her client, she could tell you that I started off with nubs. And these nubs are now beautiful, long nails. And we had to try a couple of things because I have the weirdest nails ever. But I'm always pleased when I go to Shar. She's very professional. And like one of her other clients just said, once you come in that door, it's professionalism. Now, we may catch up and talk about things, that kind of stuff. But my nails are always on point. She's always on time. And she don't play.
All right. That's great.
She does not play.
So, thank you for calling.
Dang, you just cut it off.
Right.
That
was my boo. You want to control the button? Oh, no, just playing. No. You want to reach over and control this button. I want to ask you a question. Being a Black-owned business right now, for those who are contemplating and they're in a place of procrastination as it relates to starting a business, what would you say to a person that is sitting at the table right now pondering, should I do this? Should not do this? I don't think it's going to work. What would you say to a business owner who is right now trying to make that decision?
I would say do it. What you got to lose? As long as you have a plan and you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. I mean, don't do it if you just about to lose where you live or something like that. But I think that if you have things in place and it's like something you want to do, because I have been saying this for years, this is what I want to do, and I just never did it. So if the opportunity presents itself, I say do it. I say go ahead. I mean, you have to spend a little money to make money. But overall, I think if you have that idea, and what do you have to lose? You have nothing. I mean, yeah, you could, your business may not succeed, but you've learned something, and then you could try it again. So I would say do it.
Now, I really want to use this platform that I have right now to really plug Black businesses. I really want us to put our money back into our communities because it's needed. We are challenged in so many ways. I think that our communities will change, our people will change. But I think that at some point we have to break up the monotony. We have to do something different. We have to stop and recognize our value and our worth. Like we have $1.2 trillion. We have a $1.2 trillion spending power in this economy. Just imagine if we put that back into our communities. Just imagine if we stop putting it other places. It'll change the whole dynamic of this economy. And I think we have to get to the place where we gain some level of self-worth. And to all Black businesses owners, I think that if you're going to provide some level of service, please let your service be up to par. Consider the aesthetics and the excellence and let the experience be one great where people will celebrate you and want to come back to you and say, hey, listen, this is my business. This is a business that I want to be part of, that I want to put my money in, because every time I do, I always reap the benefits of it, and something great comes from it. And I just think that that's what's needed in our community. I think we have to change the way we think and the way we behave, and so we can become a more successful people.
And I want to add that I think also from a business standpoint, I want to speak for as if I were a customer, but I want people to choose quality over quantity.
That's right, all day long.
Okay, because people will say to me, "Oh, you charge this for," and I don't think that I'm real expensive for a pedicure, but people, if you've been getting a $20 pedicure, it's a reason why. If someone asks me how much a pedicure, I'm going to tell them it's $40. If you want the works, it's $40. But I'm going to tell you what you get. Nobody even wants to hear that. But if you want to continue getting your feet washed for $20, congratulations.
Feet wash,
that's what you're getting. You're getting your foot wash.
So I'm about to say, you do $20 foot
They
wash.
getting your foot wash for $20. You might as well just go and pay $20 more. I mean, what's $20 more to get it done and to last?
Okay.
A set of nails. If you're every week, if your nails are popping off, that shouldn't be happening. But you paying $20, what do you expect? You know what I mean? You come to me, your nails will last a month if you want them to. But you get what you pay for. That's what I want to say. You get what you pay for.
Go ahead.
I have some of my friends that are jumping on that I want to shout out, that are Black business owners. Tracy Mingo has his own lawn service. He does an amazing job to lawns all over the city of Chicago and surrounding areas. He also works during the winter, shoveling snow. Thank you. Thank you for the shout out, Tracy. Also, Letitia Morris, if you are thinking about writing a book and you need a writing coach, Miss Letitia Morris, you can look her up on Facebook. She is a writing coach. She's already written books. She is amazing. Remember, if you're looking to write a book, contact Letitia Morris. You can find her on Facebook on my page, or you can email her, and I'm going to send you that email at a later time. We're writing books around here. You have that book inside of you. Get ready to publish. Contact Letitia Morris. And again, Tracy Mingo for your lawn needs. It's getting ready to be summer. Take that grass and get it in order.
Listen, I'm shouting out. I'm one who believes in therapy. If you're going through something, you need to sit on someone's couch. So I want to shout out right now, Tony and Denise Lattimore, marriage and family therapists. She can be reached at 708-808-6010. Accepting most insurances also. So if you need marriage counseling, please hit her up, Tony Denise Lattimore. That's 708-808-6010. Let me say that again.
Yeah,
so I just messed that whole thing
all
up.
The way.
708-808-6010. I said it just like Kenyatta said.
No, you didn't do that one right. Let me give the number again.
No, whatever.
That's okay.
Also, Kiss by Keisha. You all need to put their numbers on here. We have Agape Empowerment Corp. and Tony's Catering and Breakfast and Lunch Food Truck in Del Mar, Maryland. Oh yeah, we just talked with Sherry. Good stuff, Sherry. Lux Attic Boutique. Lux Attic Boutique. Look them up.
Look them up.
Look them up. Shop with them. Soul Tree Steps Boutique. Go ahead.
Still shouting people out.
I have a gift for y'all.
You have a gift,
you
gift for y'all.
Oh, awesome. What's
I have one for Melinda too, but she's not here.
I'll take Melinda.
No, you would not take Melinda's because she probably will never see it.
No, she won't see it.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
So I also make shea butter, a body butter. And so I brought you some. This is one of my most popular scents.
Yeah, she's ashy. Ashy but classy.
The chocolate almond. And then
that smells amazing. What is this, girl?
It's chocolate almond.
Ooh,
she makes her own body butter.
And then I bought one for you as
well. Look at this. What I got here. What is this?
I don't know, but you need to put it on those hands right now.
I almost said some on.
Listen.
Oh, this smells good. Wow.
This is amazing. So let me do this. Before we close this show out, how do they find you? Give them that information so that they can contact you, so that they can support you in your business. This is your commercial.
Thank you. Okay, so I am on Facebook. Charm by Shar is my business or my fan page. My actual page is Shar Miller. I'm on Instagram. It's at Shar the Nail Stylist. I have Twitter. It's Nailisms by Shar. On my fan page, there's a link. You can see pictures. It leads you to my scheduler where you can book appointments. It has all the services, pictures, everything listed.
Please support her. Please support her.
I do brows, manicures, pedicures, liquid gel. I do acrylic designs. I do it all.
Listen, she does everything. You need it. Men, get a manicure, get a pedicure. Leave them brows alone. Don't let nobody do your brows.
Okay, if he want to get his brows
Man,
done,
don't listen. Okay, buddy.
Whatever you want to spend your money on, call Shar. We're not turning down any coins.
Let me do this. Let me do this again, because I really want us to plug these Black businesses. I want to make sure that we are supporting our own, pushing our community forward. The Nail Box, the proprietor is Crystal Stepney. Who else is here? Passion Eats Catering and Twist of Faith Hair Salon. The owner is Shawanda Simmons. Who else is on here? Poshway Designs by Daryl Russell. Locks by Connie. The owner is Connie Jones. TNA High Performance Auto Repair. If you need your car fixed, go there. If you have a death in the family, look for Burden Funeral Home on Ashland, Callahan Funeral Home, and then Callahan Foundation. Owners Edward and Shirley Callahan. If you need some shoes, go to Cameron B Shoes on Ashland. If you need photography, Carrie's Fine Designs Photography by my boy Kerry Borders. He'll make you look good on camera, I'm telling you. If you Crystal J. Wells Company. If you need clothing, bath and bedding, greeting cards, all that stuff, go to the Dow. If you need to get dialed up, go to the Dow House Salon, Lux Attic Boutique. All these good people. You have GQ Men's Wear on State Street. Find these people, support our own. We need to push our community forward. And to all Black business owners, we celebrate you, we honor you, we thank God for you. Just continue. And also let us plug Intellectual Radio. They are Black owned.
Yep.
They are Black owned. If you want to come on air, you got a voice, you want your voice heard out there, you want to do a show, look up my boy Earl. He's at IntellectualRadio.com. They can reach you at this number, Earl. 708-223-8953. He's very reasonable. If you want to do a show, you got something you need to be heard, the world needs to hear, look up Earl up there. Black on radio show. And we're anything else.
I need to shout my bishop out because my bishop is a tailor. Bishop Brandon A. Jacobs. If you're looking to have suits made, contact New Zion Temple at 926 Morris in Hammond, Indiana. Bishop Brandon A. Jacobs. That's my bishop. He's a Black business owner.
I make suits too.
What's the name of that on the Cosby Show? Gordon Guthrie.
I got your Gordon Guthrie.
We don't need you. Stay in your lane. Preach the sermon. We thank you so much, Shar, for being with us today. We look forward to.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you let us know if your business goes up because of this show. You know, we want to make sure that our people do support you. So you let us know, and we are excited again. Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you had a great day.
Thank you.
Night, but it seems long. Hurt, anger, unbelieving. Please, God, I hope that I'm dreaming. I know the face of struggle, the taste of pain. I can't get a grip.